Hey, what's up guys, it's Marf, and today I want to talk about how Asphalt 9 is possibly getting more pay to win. Now, you might be saying, how in the world can it get more pay to win than before? Well, I'm going to tell you. So basically everything we know about Asphalt 9 has been pretty much staying the same as the updates have been rolling out. I mean, cars still have the star system, they still have the blueprint system, they still have the gas system. None of that is changing, but today I wanted to talk about the star system and the upgrade system in particular, because the differences between stock cars, so that means the base car as you get it in 1 star, versus, in the differences between getting a stock car versus a maximum car, which is, obviously at the max upgrades that you can get for the car, and how those differences are becoming bigger and bigger as we see more updates. And so what I'm talking about is the cars that were added in the game at launch. They have a smaller difference between the stock and the max car versus the cars that have been added in the recent updates, and I'm talking about the differences in that in terms of the stock versus the max. So I know this sounds kind of confusing because there's all this terminology and whatnot, but I'm going to give you guys 2 examples, and so hopefully that's going to make it clear as to what I'm trying to tell you guys. I know all this like weird terminology like stock and max and stars and upgrades and all that. I know it's confusing, and I get it. And I'm even having trouble explaining it, so that's why I just want to show you guys some of these numbers here, and hopefully you guys you'll see what I'm talking about. So the biggest example and the best example that I have is the Corvette, which was the best B-class car at the game's release, and we're going to be comparing that to the Huracan, which is right now after the summer update, which is now the best B-class car in the game. So I want to specifically talk about Nitro because that's the most obvious example that I have. So when we look at the Corvette, which again was released when the game was released, you can see that the base Nitro, the value is 69, and the max Nitro, the value is 82. So that's about a 13 difference in terms of the stock versus the max. Now let's look at the Huracan, which again is an update car, meaning this car wasn't in the game when the game was released about a year ago. It was added as an update. And so the base Nitro for the Huracan is 52. Now the max Nitro is 82. Now I know it's the same as the Corvette, but my point is that is a 30 difference going from 52 to 82. So what that means is that somebody who only has a 1-star Huracan, maybe because they didn't pay, or maybe because they haven't progressed in the game as much as someone else, their Huracan is going to be significantly worse when compared to someone who has a max Huracan when they have a nitro efficiency of 82, which is again a 30 difference, as opposed to someone who has a 1-star Corvette versus a max Corvette would only be a 13 difference. And so that's really what I want to highlight in this video, is the differences between stock and max cars is now getting bigger when compared to older cars, and that's what I'm really worried about, because a lot of people I haven't seen talking about this, and I wanted to share my findings with you guys, because I think that this really is saying that Asphalt 9 is becoming more pay to win. Now another example is the most recent example that I have. It's not that big of a difference. Like I said, the Corvette and the Huracan, that comparison is a really obvious one. But when looking at the Huayra BC versus the LaFerrari Aperta, which is the newest car to be added to Asphalt 9, the Huayra BC has a nitro of 73 at the base and a nitro of 82 at its max, which is a 13 difference. But when we look at the LaFerrari Aperta, which again is an update car, the nitro goes from 51 to 70, which is a 19 difference. So not as big as the difference when comparing the Corvette and the Huracan, but still enough of a difference to where I think it's becoming unfair, and kind of noticeable that Gameloft is increasing these values and making the differences between stock and max a lot bigger. So let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. I'm really worried for this game because it's becoming even more pay to win than it was previously. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in the next video.